Hey there folks, Joey DeAngelis here with Silent Film Saturday, episode number 51. Today I shall be discussing the first Best Picture winner from the Oscars, 1927's and William Wellman's Wings, starring Clara Bow, Buddy Rogers, Richard Arlen, and a little cameo appearance by Gary Cooper. Let's take a look at this package first. This Blu-ray was released about 2 years ago. I'm glad the studios are kind of releasing their, silent film titles little by little. Like Big Parade, Wings, etc. It's a nice little cover, really colorful, and it feels very reminiscent of like a 1920s poster. Back of the package, and it says Wings. Some special features include Wings' grandeur in the sky, dogfight, and restoring the power and beauty of Wings. I also want to make a note, before I forget, that the musical score is the original score used for Wings in its theatrical presentation, but with added sound effects from Ben Burt, who is famous for Star Wars and many other things. The film is a World War I story, and you have these two guys. You have Jack, played by Buddy Rogers, and you have Dave, played by Richard Arlen. Now, they're both in love with the same woman, except that woman loves Dave. And this woman's played by Jabina Ralston. And then you have Clara Bow's character of Mary, who is in love with Jack, but Jack isn't in love with her. He just kind of tolerates her because he saved her life at one point years ago, and that's why she kind of has this affection for him. But the two men decide to become pilots for the war effort, so they leave behind and they go off to war, and it changes them. Now, personally, if you want my opinion, I prefer the Big Parade over Wings, just on a personal level. I liked the story of the French girl and the American soldier story, and there's certain scenes of suspense in that film that I feel are so beautifully executed, and I feel it demonstrates on another level some of the after effects and aftermath of war. Sometimes you come home dead or alive, but you can also come home with a piece of you missing. This film doesn't really have that. However, it does. There are some depressing scenes. Like there's a scene where a guy is just sitting on the side of the road and everybody ducks down except him, and after a shell explodes, he's dead, and they try to get him up, but he's dead. Of course, the flying scenes in this film are spectacular. I don't need to tell you that. That's what this movie is well known for. The flying scenes, which were done on airplanes. Really spectacular visuals. And, some of the scenes where the planes are flying with each other and they're crisscrossing and such. It's all really well done. And of course, the ground battle scenes are also beautifully executed. Some of those wide shots that William Wellman gives us are so impressive and so expansive. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about the performances. You have Buddy Rogers, he's really our likable hero character. He's a little naive, and you like him. He's that type of character. And then you have Richard Arlen's character of Dave. To me, this was the best performance in the movie. He's this, he's a rich kid, but, he isn't like a jerk rich kid that you have in so many movies. He's really a genuinely nice guy. He loves, his parents, and it's really heartfelt when he leaves, and, his mother gives him a little teddy bear that he loved more than any of his other toys. It's kind of one of those sentimental scenes. And then the girl that he loves too isn't really like isn't a hateful character either. You would expect that this character, turn on his back or something, but really, she's far more loyal than, than other characters in similar stories. Of course, I just want to, before I go to Clara Bow, I want to mention Gary Cooper's little side, little cameo performance. It's so memorable, and it's a really wonderful little scene that he has, and the scene afterwards is really quite good. And then Clara Bow, of course, She's really charming. She has a go-getter kind of attitude. And in the movie, she gets involved in the war effort as a nurse. She drives a truck. She's part of the medical effort. And she's very much a likable character in the film. And I really can't say I hate any of the characters. Another really funny thing I want to mention is that there's a character who has a very German-sounding name, and whenever anybody questions his patriotism, he takes off his sleeve and he flexes his muscles, and he has like a tattoo of the American flag. Whenever he flexes his muscles, you see like the flag kind of waving as if it was like the air was blowing on it, and it's kind of an amusing little gag that they use once or twice in the movie. I mean, there's not really much else to say about this one, except I really enjoyed the flying scenes. Some very heartfelt moments in the film, especially towards the end, and certain moments like with the Gary Cooper scene. Richard Arlen, I think, is fantastic in the movie. The music and the sound effects are quite good, and I think this is really a definite necessity if you're a silent film fan. Next week, I shall be discussing another Academy Award-winning silent film classic, 1927's Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans. See you next week.